young onset dementia around Australia, New Zealand, USA and the UK. I have been diagnosed with young onset dementia. It's the second highest killer in Australia, and when I got diagnosed a couple of years ago I didn't know that. It's killing more in Australia than all cancers added together. It's getting no money into research. So what I've done is I approached Harley Davidson, and I now have Harley Davidson supporting me with a bike in each country I go to. Ford have come on board to support me with a support vehicle to follow me. And basically I started a ride on the Gold Coast last year on the 6th of August. I rode for 11 Fridays. I did 21,000 kilometres of this country on a Harley Davidson. I did the length and the breadth. I stopped at all the towns, various media, etc. interviewed me. But I still have been not successful in getting onto the big screen. So I just will keep talking until the last breath I've got, until someone who knows someone on Channel 9, 10, 7, because the money to go into the researchers here in Australia has to come from the top 500 companies in Australia. I was 42 years in finance, and if we can get a half a cent out of each dollar profit, they keep the 99.5 cents. We get a half a cent into a fund called medical research and distribute it to the top 10 killers, then maybe we've got a chance of stopping this number 2 killer in Australia. By the way, it's number 2 overall in Australia, but it's actually the highest killer in women in Australia, more than all the cancers, etc. added together. Young onset dementia is under the age of 65. We've got 20 and 30-year-olds in aged care facilities. I don't want to end up in an aged care facility. I've got kids in their 30s and I've got grandkids, same as all of you. We have to get the money, we have to get the awareness, and it's just through these kind people here, this couple here allowing me to have a 5 or 10 minute chat to you guys. You just never know who knows who in Australia, do you? Someone might know Jerry Harvey or someone in one of the big TV stations, and I might say, you've got to get this rat bag on board. It is a terminal illness in young onset dementia. They told me I had between 6 and 8 years. Go away, get my affairs in order. 6 or 8 years is the world average for young onset dementia. Some people will go 10, 11 or 12, but in Australia we've had 20 and 30-year-olds only last 2.5 years and die. Basically, I'll pass away from forgetting family and friends. That's the normal dementia, I understood that. I still asked the specialist, how do I pass away from it? He said, well, Kel, you'll forget family and friends, then your brain starts to forget how to work your organs. So you pass away from organ failure. So I head off in September to New Zealand. I'll do the length and breadth of New Zealand, raise the awareness. I then head off next year to the USA. And I'll do the length and breadth of the USA. And isn't that good? He's helped me spread the word, mate. I've got 2 puppies at home, so yeah. But this lovely lady here, I mentioned, I picked up a poem today. What this actually does, at home each night, I jump on my mic. I can't do it in caravan parks, and I sing with some songs. If we could get into aged care facilities, something like this, where the oldies can sing a song and you play a CD, you'd be very surprised the number of people that sit out there all day and say nothing. But when a CD plays and you give them a mic, the oldies suddenly, they've got all the words, they know it. It's the same with me, okay? This affects my speech and it affects my thought process. When I get up and talk, it's like I've got a flat pack. I can't take a piece out of order, otherwise I can't remember it all. The Caravan Way, from Muswellbrook to Book, up there in Kakadu, to where Karumba touches on Gulf's waters, shining blue. We towed a van, a caravan, and mungled the thing. You could hear the creaking of the wood or the breaking of the spring. We travelled down a dusty road, a corduroy of dirt, that shook the teeth out of my gums and the colours off my shirt. That old van was made in Sydney or some other metropoles, where the blokes had never seen a road, so designed round those great potholes. As the sun was sliding lower and the hour was getting late, we pulled into a little town someone had named Kells. Well, my missus opened up the door so she could get inside and discovered an ungodly mess that hadn't made the ride. That van was like a blender. It had mixed a deadly brew of coffee, tea and biscuits and last night's frozen stew. The bedclothes took a beating from the contents of the fridge. There was honey mixed with veggies, oh I tell you, Richie did. That the whole thing was amazing, and it took us all that night to fight our way in through the door to make the thing all right. The next morning with a flurry, we disappeared from view and headed off towards the east and made that bulldust flew. Through the windows of the auto that we thought would seal up tight, we'd been sleeping in a dust bowl as we settled down that night. Yes, mate, this caravan is delight beyond compare, but there are those times, those special times, when you wish you were not there. So when you travel around this country, it could be best to read a book and just forget it happened when your van goes wookatook. Wookatook is where I bought that, and the poet who actually wrote that signed the book for me this morning to Kells and Janet with best wishes. Thank you for your time, and if you hear about Kells Ride, please have a look at it on Facebook and give me a like. That's all I need. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Greg. I mean, we all make jokes about dementia and you know, say we miss a line or something and say, oh, you know. So it's really pertinent to know that it's not just something that happens to you as you get older. And thank you for making us aware of that.
Thank you.